Hey guys, it is Coasters and Things here today. Happy Labor Day, everyone. And today I am celebrating at one of my home parks, Lake Winnepesaukah, aka Lake Winnie. It is in Rossville, Georgia, just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Fun fact, the park is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. So I was trying to get first public train of the day on Cannonball. When I walked up to it though, they were not ready. They hadn't even tested the trains yet. And so actually, Wacky Factory ended up being my first ride of the day instead. That's the very old Bill Tracy dark ride. I believe it's one of only 5 left of its kind in existence. It used to have 2 levels, now it only has 1. It also used to be called Castle, back when it had a much scarier theme. This food stand right here has just been abandoned for years. I can't remember the last time this food stand was open. It certainly hasn't been on any of my recent visits here within the past few years. One more thing to mention about Cannonball, it is an ACE roller coaster landmark. It actually became an ACE landmark on its 50th birthday back in 2017. Still waiting on Cannonball to test. They haven't even turned the lift hill motor on yet. So I just rode the Sky Ride Alpine Way, and now it looks like maintenance is here to test Cannonball, finally. So I just rode Orbiter. You see some of these on like the European fair circuits. You don't really see them a whole lot here in America. It's a really short cycle. It spins around and around really super fast in a circle. One thing though, it sounded like the structure was wanting to break apart. I don't know how much longer this ride has left. There's maybe 50 guests in the entire park right now. It is so dead. So I just rode Matterhorn. This is probably the second best ride in the park behind Cannonball. This ride keeps me coming back for more. I love this ride to death. It's so good. So we are inside the boat chute right now. It absolutely reeks in here, y'all. It stinks so bad. This is just a pitch black long tunnel. And then a very shallow lift hill and a very shallow ramp down into the lake. And in case you're wondering, this is what it looks like with no lights. Yeah, nothing at all. It is a very long, dark tunnel that lasts probably 4 or 5 minutes. Here we go, y'all. Boat chute. Whoa! Oh, that's refreshing. So I just rode the boat chute. It is the lone water ride at this park, and fun fact, it is the oldest water ride in North America. It is approaching 100 years old. It was built in 1927. So I just rode Wacky Worm. This is your standard Wacky Worm. I believe it was the second ever roller coaster I rode after the now defunct Sideshow Spin at Dollywood. And a little story, when I was a kid, I rode this and I lost my sunglasses on it. Also, why on earth does that thing have laterals? It's a Wacky Worm, yet you somehow get thrown to the side on the final turn. Several years ago, there used to be a Wild Mouse coaster here called Wild Lightning, and now it's been gone for several years. It's at Alabama Adventure now. It was a violent Wild Mouse, like really violent. There's now a sign that says loading zone, space reserved for future fun. I really do hope that they put something here, although it's a really small footprint for a roller coaster. I don't know what they could put here.
Welcome to the cannonball.
I just got the first train of the day and then the second train of the day on Cannonball. I was the first public rider. I got front row and then second to back row. Love that ride. So good, so re-rideable. I'm now gonna exit the park, get my sunscreen, come back and do the water park.
There's Emma. There's Emma.
I was going backwards.
So I got finished up with the water park pretty dang fast. It took under an hour to do all the slides and a lap around the lazy river. I will now talk about each of the slides. These two tube slides behind me are my favorite slides out of the ones here. They are called Twist and Shout. Twist is the one that's open, the blue one. Shout is the one that's enclosed, the green one. They're both pretty good. Twist is a little slower, Shout is a little faster. Winnie 500 is a 5-lane mat racer. This one does not go around in a helix before the drop down. It just goes straight out and straight down. I'll say this looks like it would be the standout slide in the water park. This actually ended up being my least favorite slide in the water park, to my surprise. As with all mat racers though, being that you have to go head first, water goes completely up your nose in the run out. These were the very first slides in the water park. They're a pair of body slides called Splish and Splash. Splish is the purple and green one that's enclosed. Splash is the all pink one that is open. Splash, I really enjoyed. It's pretty slow, it's enjoyable. Splish, not as much. It goes pretty dang fast in the dark, and your legs fly up against the wall. I'm not as crazy on that sensation as some people are. And finally, Zoom Flume. This is one of those, what I like to call dry water slides, meaning you don't actually get that wet. The run out is actually like a conveyor belt. Instead of actual water, you can ride either solo or with a friend. Only the red and yellow side was open. The orange and green side was not open, sadly. This slide actually has been around even before the water park was built. It used to be called Pipeline Plunge, and I gotta say, its colors are definitely fading. It's definitely showing its original colors. One side used to be all purple, and the other side used to be all green, and I'm saying it's definitely starting to show its Pipeline Plunge colors, even though it's called Zoom Flume now. So I just rode Catchin' Air. That's the newest ride here. It's sort of like, what's it called? Kangaroo at Kennywood, except this one is obviously newer. This one actually goes forwards and backwards. I love the backwards airtime that this ride has. It's so good. So I am trying a funnel cake. Lake Winnie is known for good funnel cakes. For some reason, I've never had a funnel cake from here, so I'm trying one right now. This is already insane with how much powdered sugar is on it and how big it is. I just did the bumper cars. I love those things. They're so aggressive. They let anything go. So you can do as many head-on collisions as you want and they won't say anything. And they have a lot of power to them as well. So I just rode Ozone. That's your ARM Larson drop tower. These things are so punchy always. You drop like a rock. It is insane. This ride is closed again. Conestoga This is one of the best rides in the park. It has some crazy airtime. To this day, my one and only ride on it was on the last day of 2022. Speaking of rides that are never open, everybody meet Twister. This ride has never been open for me. So I just rode the paratrooper right behind me. This was my first time in a million years riding one of these things. They're classics. Pretty fun, I'll say, pretty fun. Not really any forces, just fun. I'm torn between whether I like the front or the second to back the best on Cannonball. Both are pretty equally good.
In 1925, this land was out in the country with bumpy dirt roads and sparsely populated farmlands. Carl and Annette owned and operated the Dixon Coal and Ice Company in North Chattanooga. And Carl was an enthusiastic Blake Shelton and Rodney Atkins. You can check out our current concert schedule online at www.lakewhitney.com. Lake Winnepesaukah has a variety of fun attractions for all ages to enjoy, including a popular recreation spot for the soldiers. Imagine the excitement of hearing hundreds of soldiers marching in step for several miles on their way for swimming, boating, rides on the boat chute and bumper cars, and other entertainment. The resources are fascinated by the health and longevity of Lake Winnie's carp. In the winter, when the water is lowered, the fish burrow in the mud and swim in the small streams until the next season brings laughter.
I'm a